Greetings to you viewers and welcome to Writing Theatre channel. My name is Dele Omojuigbe. I believe that excitement is in the air because of the inclusion of about 2022 popular Nigerian words in the Oxford English Dictionary, I think about 2 days ago. That it is happening in one fell swoop is phenomenal. The reasons for our excitement might differ because I am excited just as you are. But I'm particularly excited because of the recognition given to Nigerian coinage by the English lexicographers. It is instructive in one sense. It is that they accept that language is primarily for communication and for social interaction, and also that there is no one particular language that is superior to another. Just as English is used for communication, our Nigerian languages are equally used for communication and for social interaction. The important thing is for us to accept what we have and who we are, the way we have them, and the way we are. I am happy that the English don't undermine the way we use our English. We are the ones undermining ourselves. They are not hard on us in terms of our lexical choices, lexical preferences. And of course, if we go into history, we'll see that English has many other lexical items that aren't originally English. You have German, you have Latin, you have French. Ask lawyers, they will tell you that many of the words they use are Latin words, but they are English. The same thing with French. So why are we hard on ourselves every time we use some words and we say, oh, that's rubbish, that's Nigerian English. We categorize them as Nigerian English here. But the first speakers of English, the owners of the language now, are saying no. What we use and we have accepted to be using continually is acceptable to them. And that's a plus for us. It's also instructive that we have to be mindful of the way we condemn the way other people write or speak. To say one is correct, one is incorrect. I believe the only two areas where we can look at whether what is spoken or written is correct or incorrect is just in the area of maybe concord. If there is discord in your concord, then whatever you say will not be acceptable. That is, your subject and your verb must agree in everything, in gender, in number, everything. That's number one. Then number two is that your tense must also be there. If those two areas are captured, then there is no reason for anyone to condemn another person that the language is speaking or she is speaking is incorrect. Now, language generally, particularly English, now has many aspects. And so you use language according to aspects that you are focusing on. The early scholars dealt with the core linguistic genres of English, talking about phonology and phonetics. There's syntax, lexis, and then maybe semantics. But you realize that other aspects have developed, and each of the aspects concentrates on how language is used, language use, language function. How does language function? So we have many other areas. Now we have varieties of English. We have psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics, pragmatics, discourse analysis, semiotics, rhetoric, and so on. And each of those aspects, stylistics, and each of those aspects deals with how language is used in the aspect. For example, you talk about discourse analysis. If you are looking at discourse analysis, of course, you are looking at language function, how language functions, how language is used. You are talking about stylistic, then you are looking at style. The application of individual words and expressions. When you are talking about semiotics, you are talking about sign language. And then you are looking at English as a second language. Then, of course, you are looking at second language users. Each of these areas dwells on a specific aspect of language. So when someone writes, it is not of us to say that what that person writes is wrong. A linguist will not talk about error analysis. A linguist will investigate the language, analyze the language, and make submission or interpretation. And the inclusion of these 22 words is really instructive, highly instructive, because it tells us that we can use language anyhow. Language is dynamic. Language is creative. We don't need to format language. Language comes to you and use it the way it comes to you. It makes it beautiful. Beautiful. The challenge we have is that we are too formal. We want to predict the way someone uses language. Language should be unpredictable. Language is, just as I said, can create. I have some of those words like japa. For example, when you say somebody japad, it is more than saying that the person has traveled abroad. Somebody that japad didn't just travel abroad to look for greener pastures. No. It is to escape from the harsh economic realities on ground. As a matter of fact, many people japa before they know before they think about what they want to go and do wherever they are going. Many have left the country without knowing exactly what they want to go and do there. It is when they get to where they are going that they begin to think about, oh, okay, why am I here now? The first thing is to escape. Japa is to escape the harsh economic realities on ground. So all the words that are included in the Oxford English Dictionary have their own emotional attachment, emotional connotations. Japa is deeper than traveling abroad. Just as I said before, the inclusion is not the real surprise, but that 20 were included in one fell swoop is phenomenal, and it is the attraction there. That's not the first time that Nigerian English will enter the dictionary. I think there was Okada there before, Niger. These are words that we use commonly. And they tell us, see, language speaks about us. Our language is our identity. Our language is our culture. I have said it before. Our language is our pride. And whatever we write or say, of course, reflects our culture, reflects our way of life. Nigeria is a good country. And our language reflects it. We are accommodating. And we are funny too. We do things, we use language to make ourselves happy. I think there was a survey at the time that rated Nigeria very highly in terms of happiness. One of the most happy nations in the world. We are resilient. We are hardworking. And we could be jovial. We create these atmospheres and many more with our language. So we need to create more. We don't need to be too critical of our linguistic choices. Let's embrace what we have. Let's promote what we have. Now, the funny thing is that what we are not promoting is now being promoted for us. Our language is key. We can form more words. I think I have the list here. Yahoo boy, Suya, Niger, Japa, Gele, Edo, Eba, cross carpeting, area boy, Agbero, Adire, Abi, 419. These are our words. Nigeria is the most populous black nation in the world. Everything we do is recognized elsewhere, including the way we use language, even the language that is not our own, the English language. It's a credit to us, and it's a greater credit to the lexicographers that compiled the Oxford English Dictionary. I want to encourage us to use more words that come to us as naturally as we can. The important thing is that we embrace the words, we use them. So no one should put down those words or should put us down for engaging those words in our day-to-day activities. Welcome to a new word of Oxford English Dictionary inclusion of Nigerian popular words. Happy New Year to you, everyone. Bye now.